and being able to kind of dissect and navigate, right, on how do you actually balance, okay, I have some family obligations, I have obligations to my team, because when you're looking at that, right, and when you're talking about your family as a business owner, you have your immediate family as far as the people in your household, but everyone that works for you is your family as well. So, you have about 25 employees. That's 25 different families that depend on you being able to come through here and do what you need to do to make sure the company continues to thrive and continue to be successful and kind of build and create those new opportunities that's going to allow us to be successful and continue to get paid and take care of those families. So definitely thank you for the sacrifices that you make and balancing that, because many people won't notice, right? Many people won't notice, many people won't appreciate it. And, frankly, some people aren't even willing to sacrifice, right? And that's why businesses may kind of plateau. So, what I wanted you to kind of touch on here is that, how do you kind of navigate the, different things that happen in life, right? When you're running a business and, family emergencies versus business emergencies, and having to put out so many fires at once, but yet still have to stay focused on that execution. So, talk a little bit about how you're able to do that.
Having specific sacrifices is a part of business. But before I get into these sacrifices that are made, I want to thank one of the most important team members who's making the ultimate sacrifice right now, and that's my wife. Really thank you. I appreciate you, because, without you, we wouldn't be able to focus on a certain components of the business that needs its focus. I know right now there are aspects that our family are going through, and you're picking up the ball. And when I tell you, LeBron always needed, that right hand, you were there. I heard a quote, you are the pilot of your success. You're the pilot. Most business owners, most successful people, they tend to get passengers. No. You better get you a co-pilot, because guess what? If this plane needs to land and you're not available, that co-pilot is going to always step up and make sure we all safe and successful in where we need to go. So thank you, and I really appreciate you and love you. But as in regards to the sacrifices that are made are continuous. There are always going to be sacrifices that you make throughout this time and business journey. But going through a business journey is also going to put you in a position to be able to strengthen yourself that you have never thought you'll be in. So there are certain sacrifices that will unfortunately put you in a position where you're going to make hard decisions. And some of those hard decisions is the reason that you're the leader, okay? So, but when you are making these sacrifices, you better make us those sacrifices, and you better have a end goal of why you're making that sacrifice. Because if you are simply making a sacrifice because you feel or you think it is right, that's not the way to carry your decision-making skills. You better have an ROI. You better have a marketing plan. You better have a developed team. You better have a focal point of what is next, or what's on the business plan next after you've executed that personal goal to get to the next level for your business. And you can't do that without the sacrifices. So make sure that your sacrifices ultimately comes with a means to an end. Business, professional, personal, spiritual, it always has a means to an end. So all in all, with those sacrifices, some of those sacrifices you're never gonna be able to get back. make sure there's a reason why you never get that time back, because that's the only thing that can never be duplicated, replicated, or even put in a position where you can even put the same energy out during that time. So I'll tell you right now, those sacrifices are going to ultimately, it can ultimately emotionally hurt you. But I'm going to tell you, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you better be mentally tough, because you have to play the long game, because that short game will hurt. That short game will put you in a position where you don't even know where you're going to make your next meal, where you're going to have a feeling of enjoyment or elatement. But you got to be positive. Remain positive at all times. There are going to be positions where you're not. But I'll tell you, ultimately, that sacrifice has a means to an end. So when you make that sacrifice, remain focused on the goal.
So, as we close out here, we want to kind of end it on just kind of really just speaking about our kind of experience here and, why InvestFest is important, right? Why it's important to attend events like this. I feel like I'm leaving here very inspired, really inspired to kind of press on and continue with what we're doing with Veterans for Veterans, and just so many different ideas on how we can actually continue to grow and really utilize a lot of the resources, individuals that we met here to ingrain and collaborate within our business, so that we can, create more partnerships, create more opportunities for veterans and active duty military transitioning. So, it's really exciting to take everything that I learned here today, or learned here over this whole course of the weekend, and really the whole experience, right? Because the learning actually started when we paid for that registration, right? Because it was so many steps and things in the process, right? So, don't let that go over your head, right? Because sometimes you're so focused on the actual event that you don't realize how much you actually learn leading to just all the navigation of everything else that goes into it, right? So learned so much from that. Created a lot of relationships here. I think it's really valuable for the veteran and military community to participate in events like this here. We also attend Veterans Edge and other similar veteran conferences, but it's also good sometimes to get out of that veteran-only box, right? And really show the entire business community, what veterans are made of, right? And, how we can actually not only shine in terms of just in that military circle, but in any circle, right? Be able to shine in any circle. So, our veterans here have been able to do that. There was actually a veteran workshop here at InvestFest for veteran entrepreneurs. As we know, pretty much 1/3 of veterans almost want to start a business. So again, happy to see so many veterans here who have already started their business here in the vendor marketplace with their own booth, selling their products, educating on their products and services, and also the individuals just getting started on that journey that just came to learn. So make sure whatever you learn this year, you next year make the goal to come back as a vendor, right? Make the goal to take the next step. You always want to be focused on that next step. Do not remain stagnant in what you're doing. Always looking towards the future, making sure you have that short-term goal, that intermittent goal, and also long-term goals as well to build your business and make sure that you're able to prosper here. So, that's definitely what I wanted to kind of lead them on, Kenneth. And, as you close us out here, what are some different advice and things that you would like to lead the community with here?
I think one piece of advice that I learned being around all these entrepreneurs, being around all these great people, and again, getting that synergy. Learn to serve.